After that, I read Jellyfish Have No Ears, which I read because this YouTuber I follow has a book club, and that was his book pick for the month. Not my typical taste. It essentially follows a woman who is deaf in one ear, half deaf in the other, and she's trying to decide whether or not she wants to get a cochlear implant or go fully deaf. It was an interesting perspective. I took ASL in high school, so I've kind of read stories and like stuff like that about that same dilemma. However, it's been a long time since I've touched on that subject, and I thought it was very informative. However, it was translated from French, and I feel like a lot of the metaphors were lost in translation because there's a lot of metaphors and symbolism and stuff that just completely went over my head. I could not figure out what it was meant to represent, and I think it was just lost in translation. But after that, I read my first piece of Russian literature by Tolstoy. This is How Much Land Does a Man Need? There's also another short story in here. Yeah, What Men Live By. So this is 2 Tolstoy short stories in here. Very cute, little small penguin book. I enjoyed the story. This is my first time reading Russian literature, and I really want to read War and Peace. I did also purchase a copy of War and Peace to hopefully get to either this year or next year. But I wanted just a little taster, and I did enjoy this. If you're looking to like kind of dip your toes into Russian literature, I feel like this is a good depiction because it kind of goes over the similar themes that a lot of Russian classic literature goes over. Okay, and then after that I read 2 different smutty Kindle novellas, so I'm not even going to talk about those, but just know that I read 2 of them. But yeah, that is everything that I read in August. I felt like it was a really good reading month given my track record for the rest of this year. I have been in such a bad reading slump, but I feel like I've finally broken out. And like I want to pick up a book and I want to read, and it's lovely. I'm in the middle of 3 other books right now, so hopefully next month will be just as wonderful and full of books.